Okay, sorry I ain't did no videos in a while, but today's video gonna be how to set up a corporation, and we gonna do it step by step. And before we even talk about how to set up a corporation, I want to talk about the other three businesses that you can have and what they mean. So it's four things. It's a corporation, it's a LLC, it's a partnership. Some places it can be a general partnership, and it can be a sole proprietorship. Now, sole proprietorship is the worstest one you can have because that puts you at full responsibility. So, for example, if you was a car dealership and you go and you let somebody drive the car, they ain't have no insurance, they go smash, get into a wreck, they can sue you for everything you got. Now, partnership is just the same. It's just two people instead of one. Same thing. Y'all go get two business credit cards, y'all fall, y'all both owe the same amount. Now, LLCs and corporations is different. LLC is usually for like lawyers, barbershops, doctors and stuff like that. They like them because you get taxed one time, and you are protected for all that kind of stuff. So you protected from anybody trying to sue you. You protected for anything. So you go and get into a car accident and you were selling cars, you protected. If you went and your bank go out of business, as long as you didn't personal guarantee nothing, you're okay, except for on taxes. Now, the best one I like is corporations, and it's two kind of corporations. It's the S Corp and the C Corp. The C Corp is when you have 100 or more employees, they get taxed twice. That's because they're making a whole lot of money. Now, most people is small businesses, they are a S Corp. And the S Corp, they get taxed once through the corporation itself on the profits it makes. So that's a lot of people like that. So let me go on and let me show you how it works. Wait a minute, let me see how I can see it. Yeah, and make it the channel flip back. Strange, I don't know, but let's try to do it. Oh, I know what we can do. Okay, so here's where we at. Still on how to set up a corporation. So as you can see, in Texas, and most places it's the same way, but I'm showing you how to set up a corporation in Texas. Okay, so this is Texas Form 201. You submit it to the Secretary of State. Almost every state in the United States, when you're setting up a corporation, goes to the Secretary of State. Wisconsin is something called the Department of Financial Institutions, something like that. And then you got a couple of other states that got a couple of different ways too. But those are the main ways right here, the Secretary of State. and then that's your certificate of formation. Now, Article 1 is entity name and type. So right here, you will put the name that you want your business to be. So if I want my business to be John Doe Inc., then that'll be the name of my business, John Doe Inc. Now, corporations, because can have different kind of names. They can be Inc., INC, Incorporated, Incorporation, or company. So I can say John Doe Inc., John Doe Incorporated, John Doe Corporation, and the other ones. Now, there you go for Article 1. Now here go Article 2. What's Article 2 talking about? Oh, this is the registered agent and the registered office. So a registered agent is really your business address, but it doesn't have to be. Long story short, it has to be in the state that the business is at, and is where the mail for the corporation will come from the Secretary of State. So anytime the Secretary of State will send some mail out, it will go to the registered agent. So you gotta have the registered agent name, and you gotta have the registered agent office. All gotta be the same name, same address. So you will not put the business name right here. Right here, the initial registered agent is an organization. Oh, a registered agent could be a different corporation. So you could say John Doe is this name of this corporation. We could say Apple is the registered agent. Apple Incorporated could be the registered agent. Or it could be an individual, which can be Johnny Johnson. Okay, so we're going to say Johnny Johnson is the registered agent. And his address, which would be C, he going to use his business, his place of business. So he has, now, if he don't have a commercial business, it could be at his house. And that's what people does when they don't have a commercial business. They have it at their house. And that's where they put the street, city, state, and the address. Or if you got a commercial address, and you could put your commercial street, commercial city, state, and address. And that's where all registered agents should go. Now, you do got some people like to have it at their home. I recommend not to do that because Dun Bradstreet, which is the biggest business credit bureau, usually doesn't like for stuff to be at your home. They kind of think that you don't really have a business. They're real tough. Dun Bradstreet is very tough, so it's really just cool to play by the way they like it, to play by their rules. Then you got Article 3. Article 3 is your directors, and your directors is basically your owners. So whoever the directors is owns the company. Now, the only difference is how many directors and what percentage they own. So let's say we got 3 directors. Okay, well then they own. Now we keep it simple. We're gonna do 2 directors, Johnny Johnson and Kim Johnson. Okay, director 1, we'll put Johnny Johnson, and They put their name, last name, and underneath that, they'll put their personal address. Now, on the next page, that's Director 2. That'll be Kim Johnson. They put their name, they'll put their mailing address, they'll put their city, they put their middle initial, they put their last name, state, zip code, country. And the third director, we ain't gonna fill out because there's only 2 directors for what we doing. Then Article 4 is shares. Okay. Sometimes people want to have special kind of shares. So you might want to have a person where this director can call all the shots and the other director can call no shots. Kind of like what you call a silent partner. So that's when you get to talk about those kind of shares. And then you also have shares that can be worth a value, and you can have a share that has no value. So you can, if you choose A, you say, oh, okay, I got 1,000 shares, and every share is $1,000. Or I can say, hey, my share has no value. Okay, now we go with the Article 5, purpose. Okay, the purpose is the purpose for which the incorporation is formed is for the transaction of any and all lawful business for which a for-profit corporation be organized under the Texas Business Organization Code. That's what that is. Now you got supplemental provisions information. Now this is if you had any additional information that you wanted to put in there. If you had very specific things you wanted to put in there. That's for really bigger corporations that got, a lot more important stuff to put in there. They'll put it right there. And then you got the organizer. The organizer is nothing but the person that fill out the paperwork. So most of the time, since I'm showing y'all how to do it, you will be the organizer, and you can just put your name, your name and address of the organizer. You put that, and they'll send all that paperwork there, and then from that point forth, everything will always go towards the registered agent address. And then you can put the effective of filing. You can say, today, your corporation started today. Your corporation is going to start next month. Your corporation going to start next week. You can do any of those things. But it can't go past 90 days. After 90 days, that's, it's not done. Then you date it. Then you sign. It's still the organizer signing. And then you printing. Okay, and that's it. And y'all take it easy and have a nice day.